Commandment number 3, we shall not misuse his name.
Most of you guys know I try and be a spiritual guy. I'm not telling you what to believe. I'm not telling you how to believe. But every day, at some point during the day, I open up a book that I believe in, and I just pop to a page. I look through it. Okay. Sometimes that page gives me great insight. I'm going to tell you what I opened up to today. It's first term. Now, you don't have to be a historian of this to know what I'm telling you. Okay. The first thing I open to is a story about David, all right? David was the son of Samuel, one of the greatest kings of Israel, all right? What happened with David, he had 8 brothers. Okay, when Samuel's time came to lose power, everybody was looking to his sons. He had 8. David was the least likely, but the one chosen. He was the youngest, the smallest, the weakest. He was the one selected. Now you may say, well, why am I telling you that tonight? Why do we need to hear that? Here's why. I'm telling you what, he was the least likely candidate. There are a lot of people out here tonight who think you are the least likely candidate to be successful. David was chosen because he had an intangible. His intangible was his heart. All right? Now they're bigger. They got athletes. They got guys going to Division I schools. All right? We can see that. And so can everybody else. But nobody can see the intangible with us. All right? There's a reason why I opened up to that passage. We got to make that happen tonight. Be the intangible tonight. Here we go. Lord, I'm only one. I'm only one. I am one. I am one. I cannot do everything. I cannot do everything. But I can do something. But I can do something. Which I'm about to do tonight. What I'm about to do tonight. With your help. With your help. I will do. I will do. Thank God I play for Indian. Thank God I play for Indian.
My whole life was kind of planned out for me from the time I was in junior high, because I thought that I was going to play pro sports. And then I got to be about a junior in college, and it dawned on me that I looked down at this body, and I could jump about that high. I could run about that fast. And I said, this is not going to happen. And so, oh my gosh, what can I do? I'm a physical education major. That's ballroom dancing and handball. What's that prepare you for in life? I started thinking about it, and I said, well, I love sports, and so I guess I'll coach. And really and truly, I thought that I would spend probably the rest of my life in junior high someplace or high school someplace, coaching kids, and I was excited about that. As I ventured off coaching, I got an opportunity to start at San Diego State and coach with Don Coryell and John Madden and people like that, and then I got to move to different colleges, and then I finally took that last step and was fortunate enough to become the head coach of the Washington Redskins with a great owner, great fans, great players. I had a little bit of guilt feelings about football and being in football and coaching, and but then, the more I thought about that, I think God creates us, and then he wants us to do great things here on earth. And I think, he says he doesn't want us to live a life. He wants us to live an abundant life. I think many times God he's upstairs and he's kind of looking down going, gosh, can you imagine? I made that guy. He runs like that. I made that kind of football player. And certainly I look at it the same way as far as coaching. My life wasn't an accident. I think God was kind of preparing me. I can definitely tell you this, I didn't earn any of it. I was been blessed by the Lord. And I'm one of those very average people that God has allowed to enjoy some of the most exciting things in life. I'm Joe Gibbs, and I'm second. I had a little bit of guilt feelings about football and being in football and coaching, and but then, the more I thought about that, I think God creates us, and then he wants us to do great things here on earth. And I think, he says he doesn't want us to live a life. He wants us to live an abundant life.
So we had multiple moments of silence there because there was so much misuse of God's name. God is not impressed with people's appearance. Even Jesus was unattractive, according to the prophet Isaiah. He's not impressed with muscles. Okay, abundant life scripturally is not a Super Bowl ring. Abundant life, according to Jude 1:2, is mercy, peace, and love in abundance. Mercy, peace, love. Mercy, peace, love. We are misusing God's name. We are misteaching his teachings, and it's time to course correct. So is God a fan? This brings us all the way back to the beginning of our presentation when I'm sharing my faith with this guy, and he hits me with a question. How does God decide who's going to win when you have a Christian cheering for one side and you got a Christian cheering for the other side? Well, this is perfect because this is the exact scenario we're going to look at. You've got a Christian quarterback on one side and a Christian quarterback on the other side. After the game, one Christian quarterback says, I thank God for helping me win. And obviously the question for the other one was, what happened, right? Do you believe that actually works? Do you believe God cheers for the sides? In reality, what's going on? So Melissa says, I always find it a little off-putting when athletes, actors, and anybody says, this is what God wanted, or I want to thank God for helping us win today. Anything along those lines when a game or an award is won. I'm paraphrasing here, but you get the gist. Personally, with all the chaos in the world, I'm not sure God really cares about the outcome of a game or an award show. What do you think of statements such as these? You've obviously got your faith. Does what happens on Sunday impact your relationship with God or your faith at all? So she's pitching this question to this football player. Like, what do you think about that? God helping people win? What do you think about God being a fan? How does that work? This is his response. I agree with her. I don't think God cares a whole lot about the outcome. Quote, he cares about the people involved, but I don't think he's a big football fan. That is so accurate. God cares about the players. He doesn't want them to damage their brains. He cares about the coaches. He doesn't want them teaching wrong things. He cares about the fans. He doesn't want them being misled. But he is not a football fan. Football, the game itself, does not line up with the scriptures. In fact, it breaks every single commandment that leads us to Jesus. So we need to reckon with this. Just because we've been taught in Christian organizations, in Christian songs, in Christian media, in secular movies, just because all those things have told us this does not make it true. Everything we do has to be funneled through the scriptures.